I'm Jenny Nash, and I'm here to do a 20-minute edit on a short story that was submitted to me by college student Victoria Holbert. I'm going to edit while I go, so I have to stop and read, so you can read along with me and see what you think might be changed or what might be a problem, what an editor might see. The first thing that I notice with this story is that I don't love this title. It doesn't draw me in, and it doesn't clue me in. So I don't really know anything. I sort of think a little bit maybe photography. I'm not sure what I think, but it leaves me a little unsettled. So now I'm going to read this first paragraph. So this is a great paragraph because something's happening. There's a diagnosis that's being announced. It's a little unsettling. I don't know who this guy is. Who is he? Why should I care? I don't know that yet. So I'm a little unsettled. I'm going to give the writer time to tell me those things, of course, but just right from the start, I'm a little unsettled. I don't know if he's a teacher or a student. The fact that he's writing on the chalkboard makes me think that he's the teacher. So that's an interesting setup, is his teacher announcing a diagnosis to his class. And this is a great line. What does that mean? We don't know, the reader, but that's the kind of line that is intriguing. I don't know, but I'm intrigued. Whereas up here, I don't know and I'm unsettled. And that's a big differentiation. This, I would say, like, oh, this is intriguing. Wonder what's going on there. Okay, so in this next paragraph, it looks like we're going to read about something that is given to the groups. Okay, so this is a photo from Tom. I still don't know who Tom is, and it's obviously a kind of sad family photo. The grins are plastered across their faces. The father's sad and empty. This is a great line about the mother. It's a great line because we can really see that, really get a visual for that. I'm not so sure about this word, if that's the right word. But I'm still confused. Why are we looking at a picture of Tom? So now I'm going to read this paragraph and we get the narrator. So that's interesting. I don't know who it is though. A student? I guess so. They're sitting on a desk. Small knobby knees. Okay, so I'm thinking now this is clearly a student. Well, it's not clear, actually. A student? I'm not sure. And the purple bruises is a great detail. But here's the problem with it. It could mean happy childhood bruises from playing, or it could mean something more sinister. That's a really big differentiator, and we don't know. And what's interesting is, the writer has to tell the reader what the writer is thinking. If you don't tell the writer, if the writer doesn't tell the reader, we don't know. We're going to make things up. If I happen to have a little kid in my house who's always got bruised knees from playing out on the basketball court, I'm going to think that. If I instead have some image of my head of a kid who's being pushed down all the time or bullied or something, I'm going to think that. So the writer needs to control that, and in this case, she's not controlling it. So I'm still a little unsettled. I don't know the world I'm in. I don't know who Tom is. I don't know who the narrator is. I don't know what the situation is. So I'm a little unsettled. I'm going to keep reading here. Okay, so this is a great image. I love that image. I can see that. It seems like a kid, but this is confusing. This does not sound like a child. It sounds like someone older. And why do I think that? Well, the vocabulary. Previously, for sure, documenting and labeling. Would a child know that? And particularly confusing is this idea of future, thinking so much about the future, where someone would flip through photo albums tomorrow. A child, I don't think, would think like that. So now I'm really confused. Is this narrator, where are they in time? Are they in that classroom? Is it recently after that classroom? Is it long after that classroom? I don't know. But I think it's clear that the narrator is not a child. So I'm going to keep reading now. Okay, there's something wrong with the syntax here. I keep reading it over and over again. That's why I was so quiet. Okay, these days is very confusing to me. That sounds like what I would call story present. It's happening in a story. These days makes it sound like it's now. So that would be a child still. So I'm confused about this narrator. If these days is story present, that would be the child speaking. So super confused. All right, and this is what I had stopped with originally. So this sentence, we played by different rules these days, and I was taking full advantage of it. At least the small stuff anyway. I don't know what that refers to. We played by different rules these days. I was taking full advantage of it. So I was taking advantage of playing by the rules, at least the small stuff anyway. So meaning she's taking advantage of the small stuff. I would change this sentence because it's too confusing. We don't know what this is referring back to. So we played by different rules these days, and I was taking full advantage of it. At least the small rules. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm just sort of at a loss about how to say what's not right with it, which is just because it's late in the day and I'm tired, so I can't think that through right now. But here's what I would do then. I would say this sentence feels awkward to me. Now an editor often goes by sound. Just how things sound, how the rhythm is, and that is an instance of that. There's just something awkward in that I would fix if I were writing it. All right, so I'm going to go on now. All right, so this is a great line. A butt on a desk can make someone feel someone powerful sometimes. Great line, but again, it's not a line a child would say. I don't think. A butt on a desk can make you feel pretty powerful sometimes. And it's sixth grader? Why did I think sixth grade? I don't know. Maybe I made that up. So I'm super confused right now. Okay, so this is confusing to me. Tom has a photo gripped in his hand, but up here we saw the photo. I was under the impression that this photo was given to the groups. I was under the impression that that's what happened here. So then down here, I'm confused. I would say, wait, I thought Tom had passed around the photo. Okay, so the 5 o'clock shadow. Now I know Tom is an adult. So, okay, yay, Tom is an adult. I'm going to guess that he's the teacher. I'm going to guess that he's a teacher. And he's embarrassed here in front of his class, which is great detail, because you want to know why. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing something that might embarrass himself by choice if he's the teacher? So, all right, so here we are at the end of page 1. So the problem here with page 1, Victoria is a great writer. She's got, I mean, look at all the lines. I said great detail, great line, great imagery. She's a good writer. There's not a lot of technical stuff here going on. There was that one thing I couldn't even name. There was, so she's a strong writer. And this is a big problem that she has, because in my mind, her story is not clearly on the page for the reader to get. We're too left out of what's happening. There's not enough information to let us go in. It's like we need a foothold, something to hold on to, and it's too slippery in this sense of time, the sense of place, the sense of chronology, who these people are, what exactly is going on. So at this point, it's not a good thing for this story. I'm going to go on and see what happens on page 2. Okay, yeah, that's why I thought 6th grader. It is a 6th grader. Okay, so Tom is the teacher. Now we know that. The narrator is a student. Now we know that. And that's good. But I don't know what this means. File it away. Does this mean literally in a file cabinet? Or figuratively in the brain? I don't know. So that's another example of, literally in a file cabinet or figuratively in brain. Okay, that's another instance where it's not on the page. The writer's not put it on the page. I don't know exactly what this means. So they're waiting to get out of class. I'm going to read this next paragraph. Okay, so this is very confusing to me. Why is a student so concerned about the teacher? Now that could be the kind of thing that a reader might hold in their head in a curious way and read on in order to find out if everything else wasn't so squirrely. If everything else in the story is solid and stable and I sort of know where I am and what's going on, I will hold a thought like this one in my head to figure out what it means and to try to solve the puzzle. That's what makes reading fun. Why is this student so concerned about the teacher? But in the absence of the stability in the rest of the story, this is just adding to my confusion here. So let me read on. And now this is confusing me as well in terms of the chronology. Where are we in time? Now they're talking about, which would probably change the outcome of the story considerably, as if the story hasn't happened, as if we're in story present and the story's unfolding right as we go along. So that confuses me. I'm going to read on now. Okay, so this is nice writing if it's a 6th grader. This feels to me like a 6th grader would think or speak. It's a little unusual that one time, so the person, this narrator reads National Geographics a lot. So this is language a sixth grader would not use ever, I don't think, unless they were like an idiot savant. Maybe she is in this story. So this is strange now. There's no one else in the class. That's such an important detail, and I wonder why it's so far down here. So there's a strange something going on between the teacher and the student, which we don't know. I just find myself being very confused. Why is the child speaking to the teacher this way? And then methods. What methods? We have no idea. Okay, so I'm gonna stop my edit right here because end of the edit, because time is up. It's actually almost 17 minutes, and I want time to comment. And if I were doing this with a writer live, which I'm not today, I would want the writer to have a few minutes to ask questions and things. But my analysis so far, after only 2 pages, you can see the big problem here. What I would say is the main thing this writer has to work on is the story is not on the page. Now, this is something we work on all the time as editors and writers, is getting the story out of our head and onto the page in a way that is crystal clear for the reader, but not pandering and stupid and treating the reader like an idiot. It's a fine line. But in this particular case, there's too much confusion. I'm too unsettled. I don't know if I were a reader that I would actually read on. So that's a big problem in the first couple pages that you want to make sure you don't do. Okay, that's it for the 20-minute edit for today. Thanks for watching along.